What's going on, HFD fam? We're back. Episode 6, EPL Podcast, or EPL show, whatever you want to call it. We've got some big things to talk about, man. We've got some big things to talk about. Premier League. Premier League is EPL. Just cut it down. Premier League Podcast. But I like Premier League show. That's all right. Right there is good. That's good. Can everyone hear us? Hope everyone can hear us, which is, if you can't, let us know in the chat, but I think you can. Reborn's there, he says hello, Big Man's there. We've got a few things to talk about before we give our predictions, man. I've got some big topics. Huge topic. So, all right, you're gonna decide for me. Manchester United reject 60 million joint bid for Scott McTominay and Harry Maguire. Wait, he reckons he can't hear you. Wait 1 second. Let me fix it. Talk now.
Hello?
Yeah, he can hear you now. All right, let's recap. Manchester United reject 60 million combined bid. So that's effectively 30 million pounds each for McTominay and Maguire. What's going on there? Apparently, Man United have said they want 40 to 45 for McTominay.
I'll take a bag of chips for him, man. And when they're offering 60 million pounds, what are they thinking? Take the cash.
Oh my God!
Let's fly a plane over there, bro, and we'll drive them to West Ham. I'll get an Uber and we'll take them down there.
I know, man. I know,
get them to West Ham, bro.
The thing is, I think Maguire, it's gonna go. It's the McTominay one. I know Maguire cops a lot of shit, right? Like he cops it. But if you actually break it down, Maguire is a starter for England, which is better than being a starter for Scotland, which was what McTominay is. Right? In what world? I know he cops it. Why is McTominay valued? He's 27 more than Maguire. Like 45 million. What? We paid that much for Onana. He was just in a Champions League final.
I mean, I sort of get how Manchester United are thinking. Like, they're both international soccer players. McTominay's a little bit, younger. 27's always class. There's like prime age for sort of midfielders, So I sort of get what they're thinking. But look, if West Ham are offering you 60 million pounds for two players that are surplus to requirements, and if you let them stay at the club, you're not going to get that next year, and there's just going to be issues. So I don't know if Man United are playing hardball, playing too much of a hardball, because you got to be careful that West Ham just say, you know what, take it or leave it, and
exactly.
We'll go buy someone else. You know what I mean? But
well, that's what happened with West Ham last time with Lingard. They offered us 25 million. We rejected it. Then he went on a free.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, man. And what did Lingard like? It was just he was never going to feature in our squad. And Man United got to be a bit more, proactive and just like, hey, this is a good deal. Look, we'll cut our losses on Maguire. Let's just pull the Band-Aid off. Get him off the wage books. He's on 200 grand a week. I'm not sure how much McTominay's on, but look, he's another surplus to requirements. He's just not good enough. Squad player at best. And we saw on the weekend Maguire's mistake. He did. He did redeem himself a little bit with that header, that cutback for Pellistri was a great finish. But look, your number one job is to defend, not to really get an assist. So
exactly. You
can just tell, he's not going to be featured in Ten Hag's plans. And, if I was Maguire, I'd be pushing for this move because West Ham, look, he's going to be first team. He's going to play. He's going to play for England. It's not a bad move. West Ham's a big club. So, look, I think it's a good win for everyone. I mean, if Man United can squeeze more money out, great. But I think 60 million is a good deal.
Apparently, that's what Fabrizio's saying. That's what it is. I think it's a negotiating thing, which, okay, that's fine. But before we keep going, guys, there's one other thing I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring up the link, but there's actually a link in the video today, you can join the EPL Tipping Comp. I've put it up there on top of us. But there's a link. Yeah, there's a link in the description, and first prize will be a giveaway, will be a HFD hoodie. So Reborn, I'm pretty sure Reborn can join it, even though it's ESPN Footy Tips. I think he can. So
the ESPN's in England as well, I believe. So.
Yeah, the website is a .au, but go in the link, Reborn, if you can join it. JJ, join it. I've taken all passwords off, so just join it. Whoever wins, HFD hoodie is first prize. But yeah, back on that, I'll leave that link. It's in the link of the description of the video, and it's in our Discord as well. So JJ says, no one wants him. That's why Harry wants to stay. And then Reborn said, Maguire also thrives in a more low block side. It will be a good move for him. And that's what I think. But I don't think it's him that's the problem, Reborn. It's not even him I'm talking about. It's the McTominay one. Like, McTominay shit. Listen, I wanted him to be good. He's a Man United product. But everything we get for him is 100% profit as well because he's from the academy. Like, far out, man. Amrabat, we're trying to get him for 25 million. And he has played in the World Cup and, starts for Fiorentina, has played at Ajax. He's way better than him and he's worth less. Like,
I heard United want about 40 million P's for him.
Apparently they want 40, for McTominay, which is crazy, man. That's pounds, man. Pounds.
So that's like 50 million euros, really.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's Man United. They're trying to get as much money as they can, and they're trying to reinvest just because, look, the Glazers are still in charge, obviously. Qatar, we wouldn't have a problem. They'll probably say, yep, no worries, take them off our hands. And, they'll just reinvest anyway. So it is what it is. I'm surprised to hear that they got rejected. I didn't know that it got rejected. I thought, wow, Man United, they got a good deal on the table here.
I know, that's what I thought.
I mean, look, you can still sell Donny, you can still sell Fred, you can still sell Henderson. You can almost get to 100 plus million after all that. Almost get back to the green after that year. After the year.
So Fabrizio Romano said today Fred is 100% going, so that's a good sign. He's going. They don't know where, but Donny is in talks with Real Sociedad, so he's meant to be going too. And apparently, there's talks that we're trying to. I don't know if this ever happened. They were talking about it today that if we can sell them all, that Man United want Amrabat and they want to have 2 Onanas in the team. They want to get that Onana, the centre midfielder from Everton, which I actually like him. He's a good player.
He's a big.
The tall guy.
Yeah.
So, if Man United can get that and then your midfield is transformed then. You go from, McTominay, Fred, like these got Donny, you end up having Amrabat, Casemiro, Bruno, Onana, like it's pretty transformative, I think. So hopefully that happens and
no more McFred.
No more McFred. I don't think McFred's happening. But yeah, that's our little touch on Man United. The other thing I'll touch on, I know you didn't get to watch it, but Charity Shield, do we take anything from that? Arsenal City?
I heard that Arsenal celebrated like they won the UEFA Cup and I remember Arsenal fans were giving us shit about the
Carabao Cup.
The Carabao Cup. Thinking, well, what's going on here? The Carabao Cup is harder to win than the one-off Charity Shield.
The kettle black, mate.
I thought the Charity Shield was just a glorified friendly, by the way, but now it's a European Cup final. So, hats off to Arsenal. You've done really well. You work hard for that. And look, it's good to see Man City not winning, obviously. It's laughable with the Arsenal fans, how they're carrying on. But look, does it show cracks in Man City? I don't know. It went to penalties, didn't it? So,
dude, it went to penalties and Arsenal equalised in the 109th minute stoppage time.
Were they good goals? I haven't seen the goals.
Dude, listen, I watched the game and I don't know about Reborn, like he watched it. Arsenal in the first half did not leave their half. It was like 80% possession for Man City. It actually started getting boring. I was borderline falling asleep. They were just holding it and just passing. And I was like, fuck, this is fucking so fucking boring. Because there was no goals and they were just holding it. Arsenal had a few counters and then Oh man, the Palmer goal was class. He said Trossard, it took a deflection. Yeah, so the Man City goal was good. He cut in, cracked it, top corner. Trossard's took a deflection and went in. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't ever want to agree with him, but I agree with Pep. He's like, the way the refs are doing it now, we're going to have 110-minute games all the time, all this stoppage time. It's stupid.
Yeah, so is that a thing now? We're
It's so
reverting to
crap.
the World Cup system, how they stop the time for any sort of
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. And it is silly because effectively Man City had that game won. I'm no Man City fan by any stretch, but 109 minutes when there hasn't been a serious injury is ridiculous.
Well, look, you still play the game, right? So is it too much for the players to go
I just think
an
it's.
extra 10 minutes almost every game, 15 minutes?
I think so. Reborn said Arsenal should have been 2-0 up in the first half, but not sold on Havertz. Like, they had counter chances. But I agree. We're going to see with our predictions later, but they have no Jesus at the moment. And Havertz, man, how does Arteta, he's meant to be this up-and-coming manager, buy this guy from Chelsea, where for 2 years it didn't work with him up front and puts him up front?
So Havertz was up front?
Yeah, up front. Mind boggles me. He did nothing. I didn't even know he was playing.
Is that because Jesus is injured, you reckon? Or who's the other striker they got? And Nikita, is that what his name is?
In Kittia, but he was. But that's what I mean. Obviously, he's picking Havertz as his second striker. So if it's not working with Jesus, he's going to put Havertz in, and he doesn't score either.
Well, he didn't particularly play well for Chelsea up front.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean.
Yeah, there you go. But
It's weird. But anyway, listen, Man City, I think, are a lot better than them still. Everyone wrote off Haaland last year when he had a charity shield and then he scored 50 goals. So, it is a glorified friendly. That De Bruyne didn't start. He came off the bench and missed a penalty in the penalty shootout. So De Bruyne didn't start. Edison didn't start. Akanji was playing left back.
Was it Ramsdale in goals?
Ramsdale was in goals, yeah.
Did they buy that other keeper, Arsenal, in the
Not
end?
sure if they've bought Raya. Yeah, I know Chelsea have bought Sanchez from Brighton, who I actually like. I think it's a good signing by Chelsea.
Yeah, Sanchez.
So,
Well, there you go. So you reckon he'll play in front of Kepa?
yeah, I think so. I think he's better.
Yeah.
I think he's better. I'll read a few of these. The Palmer goal, we said that. Ronaldo says, how you doing? How you going, Ronald?
What's up,
He's
Ronald?
10 out of 10 good. And then he says, nice hat. Johnny G, is that the merch? And then Chrissy says, my later prediction. Oh, mate, Chris's. You know what? Chris admitted to me straight out. He doesn't know much, but he got a few things really good, I reckon, in his predictions. And
I haven't seen it.
Rob's is out there more, I reckon. When I put Rob's up, because, yeah, Arteta should promote Caitlin Ford from Arsenal ladies team ahead of Havertz, Rob says. So Rob's in the chat.
Hey, Rob, what's up?
And he's at the game. He must have us on the mobile.
Yeah, nice. My father was at the game as well, so...
Rob says, stop laughing. I'm not laughing, Rob. I just said you're very risque, like, whereas we're a bit more conservative, I think. But in saying that, the first ones I'll bring up, we're doing our predictions. I'll bring up Rob. Since he's at the game and he's not going to be able to stay in, I'll bring up Rob's predictions. I've got a graphic coming up. I'll put it up for you. So Rob has said champions, Chelsea. United second, City third, Arsenal fourth. And then he's got Liverpool fifth, Tottenham sixth. And mind you, I've got to note that I think top 5 is Champions League this year.
Oh, really?
But yeah, that hasn't been changed on my graphic because they're not. But it's because of the new Champions League format. And then he's got 7th Newcastle, then Villa 8th, Brighton, Brentford, Fulham, Burnley 11th, so almost in the top 10. Palace. Then he's got Sheffield United, Everton, West Ham. So Everton, West Ham, he's saying, and Wolves are going to struggle again, which I 100% agree with. Then to go down, he's got Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, and Luton. So Rob has said Chelsea are going to come out and win the league like they did last time.
Chelsea to win the league. Wow.
Yep.
I mean, how much? And
United second.
He's the most funniest Man City supporter I've ever met.
Yeah, I know.
He's got Rob. Man City are the best team in the Prem, right? So I wouldn't be grudging to say Man City are going to win the league because I think they're going to win the league. So it's very surprising that he's put Chelsea to win it. Look, I do think Chelsea are going to do better. They're going to improve this year, but improve to the title. Look, people have done that in the past.
They did it. They're the last team to do it.
Yeah, so look, maybe it's not as silly as we think. So yeah, it'll be quite a season if that happens.
Everyone is calling you Guy, man. So I've got to put this up for everyone so they can see it. This just got made. So
what's my last name? Guy.
This is Guy. If anyone wants to know.
Do I?
That's the best. All right. Haaland has scored 1 goal in his last 8 competitive games, Rob reckons. You know what? That's an interesting stat. 1 goal in his last 8 competitive games.
Really? Who's that?
Haaland, yeah. He's saying Erling Haaland.
Is that included friendlies?
No, competitive, he's saying. So at the end of last year, he must have tailed off because he didn't score in the final, either final, did he?
You think about the great strikers like, the R9s, the Cristianos, the Messis. They always consistently scored those big numbers like Haaland.
Keep going, yeah.
Do you think Haaland has it in him to always be consistent, getting the 30, 40 pluses? You know what I mean? So
I don't know.
Goals.
Reborn says, I think people have figured Haaland out.
Yeah, right.
There you go. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, I'll tell you one other thing that Rob has predicted. We didn't really do much of this, but Rob gave it to me. He's very, Rob is methodical with his tips and that. He's tipped for Golden Boot and Player of the Year, Marcus Rashford. So I actually hope Rob is spot on. I hope he gets that right.
I'm quite liking Rob's prediction.
So listen, Rashford scored 30 goals last year, which was, excellent for him. If he can kick on, mate, he was saying it the other day, he did an interview with Gary Neville, and he's like, I want to, try and hit 40 this year. So he's got that hunger in him. Now with Højlund there, there's like their guy's lightning like Rashford as well. So maybe we're going to go back to the days I'm not comparing them to them by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe we're going to go back to the days of that counter with Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez, when they were just lightning. You know what I mean? Maybe we're going to have a bit of that now. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, look, I do believe Rashford's going to be our top goal scorer this year for United. I'll love him to get anywhere near his last year tally, but I reckon he might touch 20. I reckon it'll be a bit more spread this year for Man United, but I think he'll still lead our chart.
Yeah.
I think Højlund will be behind him, but I reckon Rashford will top our goal scorer.
Alia says, lads, how the F are yous? Alia, if you are not in it yet, the description in the video has got the EPL Tipping Comp in it, and first prize is a HFD hoodie. So we want Alia to join. We know he's a big fan of Premier League as well, so get in there. But we're good, man. Hope you're well as well.
What up, Alia? All
right, so we brought Rob's up because Rob is someone that comes on the Premier League show and that, and Chris C says I want that hoodie. You are void from winning that hoodie, and the way you and John tip, you ain't gonna win anything.
Ali, our first prediction from Dr. Lazarev has tipped Chelsea to win the league. So.
Yeah, and he reckons they can finish 7th, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think Ali told me, he's not too sure about Chelsea. He reckons a bit more lower, maybe 5th, 6th, 7th round then. So,
all right. So before we bring up mine and yours, GT23 says, "Hey peeps, okay, bro, I'll join." Ali says, "GT, it's in the description as well. Join the tipping comp, everyone.
Let's go.
Tipping comp. Let me just write it here. Tipping comp.
Get that hoodie
in the description."
Is it just wins or
please?
Draws?
Nah, draws, everything. You can do everything.
So you can tip to win, you can tip to draw.
Yep.
There you go. Wow.
EPL Tipping Comp in the description. Please join. So I want everyone in it. First prize is a HFD hoodie. But yeah, the next one we'll bring up is I'll bring up Chris's. And listen, guys, Chris has said straight out he's not as into football as much as we are, but I actually don't mind a few of his. Listen, Chris is a huge Tottenham fan, so listen, he's picked Tottenham to win the title, but then he's picked Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then United. So if you're taking Tottenham out of it, Chris's top four is pretty much City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Alia's just put his in. I'll read Alia's. Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Villa, Newcastle, Chelsea, Brighton, West Ham, Fulham, Burnley, Brentford, Bournemouth, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, Wolves, and Luton to go down. Sheffield United, Wolves, Luton. Alia's are very similar to. It's very similar to mine. Besides Chelsea, I think. But yeah, so
no faith in Chelsea. No faith in Chelsea.
Chris has put Wolves, Brentford, and Bournemouth to go down. So he's said Luton are going to survive. He's got Brighton very low. Villa a lot lower than I would put him as well. But
I do agree with the Wolves one. I've got to be my bottom three, but I do believe Brentford and Bournemouth are going to really struggle this year. So they're not going to pick there. Fulham. Fulham to have. You know what I was going to ask you about Fulham? Is Silva still there? The coach? Silva?
He is, but Mitrovic has refused to play for Fulham because they rejected a bid from Saudi.
Wow, there's drama.
He said in an interview, listen, I don't know if it will get fixed. His exact words were, I will never play for Fulham again. So the fans are not going to take him, are they?
Nah.
So without him, I don't know what's happening. But the one thing I'll give is you said about Wolves. Rob said that as well. First coach to be sacked, he reckons, is Lopetegui from Wolves. So
there you go.
And Reborn says, I think Bournemouth gone this year. But in saying that, I got Johnny's predictions.
Bournemouth have a decent coach this year, I think.
They do. They sacked what's his name and they got the Spanish student, didn't they? They sacked the guy that got them to survive. They did. They got the Spanish guy. I forget his name, but I'll check it after. But first predictions from Johnny. We'll bring in your predictions, Johnny. I'll bring them up on the screen. So
let's go.
Here's Johnny G's predictions, guys. He said it. He said it straight out. He thinks City are going to win the league. So he's got City, United, Chelsea third, Arsenal fourth, Liverpool fifth, Villa sixth. And like I said, top five, I'm pretty sure they're going to confirm it in the next couple of days, is Champions League this year. And then you've got Tottenham seventh, which I think for Ange will be excellent. And fall from grace from Newcastle, you've said. Eighth, Burnley ninth. If they get a top 10 finish, man, that'll be amazing. Brighton 10th, West Ham, Everton. And you got Palace, Bournemouth, Brentford. You got Luton to survive. Fulham struggle this year. And then you got Forest, Wolves, Sheffield United to go down. Reborn's laughing at everyone. Reborn's laughing because everyone's saying United second.
Is he Liverpool?
Reborn is Liverpool, yeah.
Well, I got Liverpool fifth, man. So
that's Champions League this year.
It's Champions League.
Do you know what the thing is? The thing about Liverpool is, I had them higher to begin with, but I'll bring up mine in a second. I've dropped them, I think, to the same spot you have, I think, because they haven't signed a centre-back yet. Salah is a year older. Núñez, we don't know if he's going to score goals. They've lost it. I know he didn't play much, but the captain's gone. So, Van Dijk is the new captain now. And I don't think Van Dijk's been good for a year and a half. So, I don't know, man.
It's a whole new experimental midfield for them as well.
Exactly. McAllister, Elliott, it's new.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a shock to the system, I think, for Liverpool. But I still think they're going to...
I think they're going to improve.
Yeah, but I think this year in a whole is going to be so competitive, you know what I mean? It's going to be a difficult season. Yeah,
I agree. Well, bear in mind, the thing I'm going to say is about, and I think you probably agree with it, with my predictions. Listen, you can't predict from now. It's to say I can know who's going to finish 10th, 11th is ridiculous, really. But we'll
see how close we're at the end of the year.
I think from first to, maybe not first because I think City are going to win it, but maybe second to eighth, I think could be that team that whoever you predict to finish second, I think could finish eighth this year. It's it's so competitive. But Alia says Chelsea on paper are decent, but a lot of imports, new league, we'll see. Ronald says I have to take care and be safe. You too and Chrissy and everyone. Thanks, Ronald. Reborn says Núñez to start firing this season. And Ronald says, but I actually agree with you, Reborn. I think he will start firing, but I'm just saying you just don't know. That's the thing. So, but
Yeah.
I'll bring up mine. I'll bring up my predictions now.
Let's go.
All right. So mine is really similar to John's. I got City, then United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, Newcastle 7th. Then I got Brighton behind them. Then I got Tottenham 9th.
Yeah.
And yeah, then I put Burnley 10th to finish top 10th. I got West Ham to do a bit better this year with Brentford. I think Brentford aren't going to do as good because of that Ivan Toney is banned for the first half of the year. But I've got Fulham dropping a bit. I think from here, Palace, Everton, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest to the three that I think going to get. I think any one of them could get relegated. Palace, without Zaha this year, I think are really going to struggle. And they haven't signed a player yet. Wolves, they don't have Jimenez. They got no Neves. So I've got Wolves, Sheffield United, Luton to go down. But I think from Palace down, any one of them could get relegated.
Yeah.
That's. But yeah, Chris is laughing that I said United second as well. Listen, I think United finished third last year. And when you're trying to improve, their next goal should be we've got to go one step better. And I think with the signing of a new keeper, a striker, we didn't have a striker last year.
No.
I just think United can do a lot better. I think with Ten Hag playing the way Ten Hag wants to play, with the players that he wants, not just, putting square pegs in round holes, I really think United can do better. I think United will actually do really good in Europe this year. So, but that's could just be me being biased. I don't know.
Think about what he had to deal with in his first season, like the Ronaldo saga. You know what I mean?
I know that's huge.
And he had to sort of adjust his tactics. He had no striker. He lost Cavani in that before the season started as well, and obviously Greed was not there. So look, Ten Hag is starting to get the players he wants to get in. So I can see them improving, and just not as good as City yet, but we're climbing. You know what I mean? So
I agree. You mentioned the Ronaldo thing, right? And listen, Sir Alex Ferguson to me is the best manager that's ever lived. If Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, or Jurgen Klopp dealt with Ronaldo the way they did, everyone would have been lauding it, saying how good it was, how strong they were. No one messes with them. Ten Hag did it. People were siding with Ronaldo because of his interview. If that was Sir Alex, no one would have sided with him. If that was Pep, Klopp, no one would have sided with him. But
he needs credit.
He's got to create his legacy. Chris says if Spurs do go like around 9th, is Ange in trouble? I don't think so. I think 9th, between 10th and 6th is they're pretty much where they're at because they haven't signed anyone. I think Ange is a dead man walking, man. And I hate to say it because I love him. He's a great coach, but there's all this stuff happening off field with the owner. They're not giving him nothing, man. And his defense is shocking.
And if they lose Harry Kane, you know what I mean? It's going to be a big blow for them. So hopefully they can reinvest into another striker at least. But look, Postecoglou's pretty much working with one hand behind his back at the moment. Man. We'll see.
We've just had, I don't know if this is breaking, but Reborn has put it, ooh. And obviously he's in England. It's the morning there. He says Mbappe to Chelsea for a year on loan.
You're joking.
Listen, if that happens, I'll remit my tips, all right, man? If they get Mbappe...
Maybe Rob's on to saying that Chelsea winning the league, Jeez.
Well, listen, I don't know about you, man, but Pochettino is a much better coach than Potter. I don't care. They gassed him up because he was English. But really, in the end, when you think about it, all he'd done is coach Brighton. Pochettino's coached in a Champions League final. He's coached PSG. He played for Argentina like he was a good player as well. Potter, it's crazy. But, yeah, Jeff got an alert. They might be the only ones who can afford his wages. There you go. Wow. Guy comes in the chat with a really, he can't believe it, so we'll just, I don't know if there's air there.
I can't believe that, if that's true or not, man. Look, I would love to see Mbappe in the Premier League, but obviously in a red Guernsey, but wow.
Yeah, like wearing red or a green striped away strip, not blue.
Well, look, obviously he's paving the way to get on a free to Real Madrid. So, I think there's so much bad blood now between him and PSG. He's not going to play there this year, so he has to go somewhere for 1 year. And look,
And
man,
there's a lot of talk about Neymar today too. Apparently he hasn't come out and said it, but apparently PSG want to get rid of these Galacticos. They're willing to let him go too. So,
wow, Chelsea, man, wow. So they don't
if they get Mbappe, bro. Oh well, apparently they're doing a swap deal at the moment. So you got to remember this about Chelsea. They're swapping. Apparently Fabrizio reckons it's done. Lukaku with Vlahovic. So they're giving Lukaku, because they own Lukaku still, to Juventus, and they're getting Vlahovic. Which I think, if Chelsea have got Vlahovic, and then if they get Mbappe as well.
So Lukaku's not going back to Inter now. He's going to...
Because apparently Chelsea are not accepting a bid from them. They're trying to use him as make weight to get Vlahovic. And Juventus want to get a striker in return. It's like win-win, really.
Wow, it's all happening.
Alia says, great Man United rebuild so far. 24-25 season. We will be champions if we get Qatar. We are closing the gap.
Let's go. Get Qatar.
I tend to agree with him, eh? I think if United get Qatar, and it's already happening, Rebor might be able to say it. Listen, I know it might be, people might not like hearing it, but United, in our whole lifetime, have always been the most powerful club financially. And that's why everyone was petrified of them. If they get Qatar again, I think the whole league, and not just the league, Europe, is shaking in their boots from United if we get Qatar. And that's why they don't want it to happen. That's my opinion. I think no one wants it to happen because everyone is... It's not like Newcastle getting Saudi, because Newcastle had to build... United getting that is like United going back to 2006 before they had debt, when they could do whatever they wanted, and everyone knew it. United, it happened with Rooney. Newcastle wanted him. United come in and said, "Yeah, we're having him," and he went straight to United, and that's what it will be like again if Qatar take him over. So I think everyone's shaking in their boots from the Qatar thing, but I want it to happen more than anything, and I'm sure you do too. But
well, the share prices of United have just spiked again. Is that
they went up today, $3 or something for shares? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a big jump for shares. So there's something going on. You know what I mean? In the background.
Well, apparently someone in America said today they think in America they're hearing reports that Qatar are saying, "Yeah, we're confident," but we hear that shit all the time. Listen, I just don't want the Glazers, and I fucking don't want Sir. I don't even call him Sir. I don't want Jim Rat, mate. I do not want that rat, because that's all he is a rat. He wants to help keep those parasites at the club, and he says he's a Man United fan. He should be fucking ashamed of himself. And that's my rant. People can clip that, whatever. He should be ashamed of himself.
Is the number one ticket holder to Chelsea, man? Is he a lunatic? He'd be number one ticket holder and then you're a boyhood fan of United, so it's just cool.
Please. Alia says Ten Hag is a fucking beast, and Chris C says bring back Walter White. I was watching the friendly the other night with United, and I even said to Jessica, doesn't he look like... Jess doesn't know anything about soccer and that, and she goes, he looks exactly like him. He looks like him, man. He could be a stunt double for Walter White anytime he wanted.
So look, touching on the new injury time, man. So you're not going to be a fan? You're not keen on it?
No way. I think it's shit, because what if now someone has a serious injury? Are we going to be a 130-minute game? Let's say there's a Raul Jimenez or a broken leg or something like that, where it takes 15 minutes to get him off. Are we going to have a 120-minute game? That's ridiculous. We're having 109 minutes in the Charity Shield and nothing happened. Man City had the ball for 80% of the time.
But you got to be more happier to stop that time wasting when you're like, say, Man United are 1-0 down and against like a Fulham, and they're just like walking around and just not getting the ball for throw-ins or kick-ins.
I think what they should do is be more strict on it. Like if they want to cancel that stuff out, book players. Don't add on 10 minutes. Like 90 minutes a game's meant to be. It went to 109 minutes, dude. That's ridiculous. But that's heaps, man. Ivan says, KP, WYNWA. I'll never read it out. I'll never read out what that means. And then Chris C says, "Yo, Ivan, welcome." And Ivan says, "Hey, Chris." I'll never utter those words, man. You'll never hear me utter those words.
Is that the Liverpool?
Yeah. I'll just read the initials. How you been, bro? Chris says, "Yeah, but I don't listen. I'm not a big fan of all that, but."
But look, you know what?
You said Luton are going to stay up, man. That's you reckon Luton are staying up? Is that just you going for it, or?
Look, I feel like you really love to Luton boys, man. You know, these are the back town lads. I reckon they're going to do well. But look, this is the first week of Premier League, and we should run through to our
We are. I'm going to bring them. I'm going to bring them up now. I'm going to bring up the fixtures. So I'm going to bring up a screen right now. And Chris has given me his tips. Rob's given me his tips too, so I can read them out as we go. But I'll bring up the fixtures right now. You ready? Where we got them here? Fixtures.
Who are we kicking off with? Burnley's kicking it off, aren't they?
It all starts Friday night here, which is Saturday morning here. Burnley, Man City. Then we've got Arsenal, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, West Ham, Brighton, Luton, Everton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Palace. Then the day after, Newcastle, Villa, Brentford, Spurs, and then there's a blockbuster on Monday, man, for round one. Chelsea, Liverpool, and then United. We finish it all off with United, Wolves.
Damn. So first, man, we got Company playing his own team. It's Vincent Company, yeah?
Yeah, Vincent Company, but where are you going with that, man?
I'm going to draw.
You reckon Burnley? Imagine they scrape a draw at Burnley.
It's at Burnley's home ground, isn't it?
It's at Burnley, yeah. See, listen, I think it's not. There's two outcomes for that game. There's no way I think it's like a score draw. I think it's either a 0-0 or something, or Man City smash them. It's something like that. You know, it's not like I don't think there's a 1-1 or a 2-2 or something. Chris C says, "Let's go Spurs." Ivan's laughing. He says, "Chris, you're a wild dude."
He is a wild dude.
Listen, I'm going to tip City, man. I don't want to, but I think they'll go there. I think. Listen, when we played Burnley last year, we smashed them, and we had a weak team in. But I don't know who they've signed. But yeah, listen, I'm going to go City. But in the next game.
The thing I got hope for in that game, that newly promoted teams on the third day always tend to maybe do it upset. So, no Burnley, I hope you win, but
I hope they win.
I will take a draw, so I'm tipping a draw.
I definitely hope they win. But so the second game is Arsenal, Nottingham Forest at the Emirates.
Arsenal Forest? Arsenal.
Yeah, I think Arsenal will take that one. There's not much to be said about that, and I think Nottingham Forest listen, Marinakis he's the Olympiacos owner as well. He's putting a lot of money into them, but I don't know, man. They struggle away from home. I think Arsenal get the chocolates there.
Forest have got much of an identity yet and stuff like that.
So. I think he's the first manager to go, even though he got a contract last year.
Who's that? Is that the
one that looks like Blake?
He looks stoned all the time.
Yeah, like Blake.
Apparently, a lot of people love him as a coach. What's his name?
Probably do. What was his name? Is Steve something? Isn't that Steve?
Cooper? Is it Cooper or not? No.
It could be something like that. I think that's what it is. Steve Cooper.
Yeah, he's very much loved, though. I don't know if Reborn's there, but apparently he's very much loved. So.
Yeah, I think he is. So the next one is, I think this big game. So these are all the 11:30 games here in Australia is Bournemouth, West Ham.
Bournemouth, West Ham.
At Bournemouth.
Oh, man. I'm going Bournemouth here. I think they haven't bought anyone yet, West Ham, and even if they get the players in this week, they're not going to have time to bring them into the first team. Is Bournemouth winning a big upset?
I don't think so. I don't think it's an upset.
I'm going Bournemouth at home. I reckon Bournemouth could win at home.
Reborn's agreeing with you, and you know what? I'm agreeing with you too. I actually think I tipped them to be up high, but like I said, it's so competitive this year. I tipped them 10th or 11th or something, I think, West Ham. Wait, let me see. Where did I put them here? Oh, no, I didn't. I put them 11th. So, but I think David Moyes could be the first coach sacked. If I wanted to go put money on it, I'd put $50 on it Start of the season now, he's the first manager to be sacked.
Well,
Because I reckon if they lose 2-3 games, he's done.
I heard rumours that they were having problems with Moyes, right now before the season sort of.
That's why I'm saying I think he's. Listen, I think he could be the first manager to be sacked, and it's worth a punt. There's the tip of the week.
Damn.
Tip of the week.
I honestly think the first manager to leave this year is going to be out of the blue, man. Someone totally is just
could be.
left
Imagine it's like Klopp, and you're like, what the fuck?
Or even a Guardiola with some
fucking hell.
walking off. I don't know.
That'd be crazy. The next one. Listen, I feel a bit sorry for Luton. That's their first game. It's Brighton-Luton at the Amex. Brighton.
Geez. Look, I think Luton have got to concentrate on their home games this year for any chance of survival.
I agree.
They might nick a point here and there away, even though the odd win maybe. But Brighton, they started last year very well, and I reckon they're going to start again very well. So I think they're going to beat Luton on their first game, Luton. So
yeah, I agree. And Reborn says, "Sorry, Luton." I'm just going to go into this other screen. If we disappear for a second, guys, don't worry about it. But
Brighton win this one.
I
do want Luton to go well, though. You know what I mean? I really.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, what happened? We got some.
I just said I was going to just minimize us for 1 second, but put it up just because I was pinning that tipping comp in the description thing. I think Brighton are going to do them, man. I agree. Luton, if they want to stay up, they're going to win their home games or get. But you know what Luton will do? It happened to us a few times. It's happened to Chelsea. They'll come out of nowhere and win at Anfield or Stamford Bridge or Old Trafford or something, get a draw at one of the big grounds. It'll happen. That stuff always happens.
Yeah.
But it won't be. It'll be very few and far between. So I think Brighton will get the chocolates there. Their manager, can he keep it up from last year? Who knows? But it points to Brighton. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I've lost my mouse. This is terrible. Come on. 1 second, I'm just going to minimize us again because the mouse is gone.
Oh, no.
What's going on? Oh, there it is. All right, I think we're back.
We're back?
Yeah, all right. So I'll bring up the next fixtures. This is a huge game, I think, for round one. Everton-Fulham.
So where is it? At Everton home ground?
Yeah, Goodison.
I'm going to go draw. I think these two are similar pegged at the moment. I think a draw, and I think both teams might be happy with a draw.
Yeah. I think I tipped a draw in the tipping comp, but I'm leaning more towards Everton at the moment. I don't know, just all that trouble with Fulham, the Mitrovic thing. I don't know, but yeah, a draw is a good tip, I think. But yeah, that's a huge game for them.
Yeah.
Ivan says Fulham Mitrovic. I don't know if he's got a point there, but Mitrovic said he did an interview. He said I will never play for Fulham again. So because they rejected a bid from Saudi, so I don't know what's going on there. But
can you sue a player for refusing to play when they're under contract?
I think they can bring the contract can be brought into disrepute, and you can start fining them wages. So it's not about suing them, but you can. But he would want that. He'd want his contract to be terminated. So I'd just fine him. I'd just fine him weeks away until he comes back. So you're getting fined. We're not paying you because if he's not coming to training, he's not going to get selected. You're allowed to fine him. So.
Wow, it's a bit of a mess. I'd just sell him if it was that desperate.
Yeah,
What's the point?
But you know what? If I was the manager now, I'd make a point of it. I wouldn't send him to Saudi. I'd make him go somewhere else. And then I'd say, you know what? If you don't like it, rot in the reserves.
Wow.
I say, you disrespect my club like that, and I wouldn't give him what he wanted.
Yeah, well, it's a tough situation.
Because he's being, for better use of words, he's being a dog to Fulham and to Marco Silva. So be one back to him. You know what I mean?
I mean, during the season last year, there's lots of moments where I wish, man, Mitrovic would do good at our club. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take Mitrovic. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, look.
Alia said Fulham signed Jimenez, which is a decent replacement. I agree. Listen, I think Jimenez is pretty good. So, yeah, I don't know about where Fulham stand. I love Cake. Temp, how you doing, man? He says, KP. How are you, Temp? He's my Daisy buddy. He's a champion.
Right?
He just kills everyone, man. He's wild.
He's
You know how good he is with the sniper, man? He fucks everyone up.
yeah.
But, all right, so the next one, this game I reckon's big, man. It doesn't seem big, it doesn't seem glamorous, but Sheffield United, Crystal Palace at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United's.
Look, I'm going.
I love Cake says, how you going, Johnny G? He's asking how you doing too.
What's going on? I heard you're the murdering guy on DZ, man.
He's wild. He's like walking around with Ted Bundy, this guy.
Like, I'm very deceitful on DayZ, but I heard you're the murdering master, so.
Yeah, but he just does it by shooting them from, we're deceitful because we need to get kills. We're like, yeah, we love you.
Yeah, I have to get close with a shotgun, or there's no way I'm killing the bloke. So, but look, I reckon. Look, newly promoted teams, I think they're going to have a good weekend on their first weekend of the Premier League, except for Luton. Yeah. I think Sheffield United is going to win on their first game.
See, Reborn says Palace maybe just a 1-0, but I'm actually agreeing. I reckon Sheffield United are going to win. Last time they were in the comp, I think they beat Arsenal round 1. I think they're going to win, and I really think Palace are going to struggle, man. Zaha to Fenerbahce, or wherever he went, Galatasaray. Listen, the other guys are good. Eze is real good. Elise, man, I'd take one of them at United. They're real good players. But is that going to be enough? Roy Hodgson is, he's stuck in 1943 with his managing. So, but Obama Split says, what's good? How you going, Obama? Nice to see you, man.
What's up? Yeah, look, we both agree. Sheffield United win their first game.
I think they will, man. I think they will. I think Bramall Lane is a pretty hard place to go. So, it's the home of football, man. It's the oldest ground in the world. So, Ivan says, what's Johnny's team? Me and Johnny are Manchester United fans, Ivan.
Go, Ten Hag, yo!
Yeah. Jimmy T says, hey, lads. Hey, Jimmy, how are you?
Jimmy, what's up, brother?
Yeah, so, all right, let's bring up the next one. So, this is coming into the Sunday now. This is a massive game, dude. No, dude, it's because how competitive it is. Newcastle, Aston Villa.
Wow. Are they rivalry, these two, or not?
No, not really, no, because one's from Newcastle, it's Birmingham, but they're going to be rivals this year.
Damn, man, I think this might be a draw just because I think they're both on that level. I reckon Aston Villa are really building something special. And Villa,
so do I, man.
I think they're on the same sort of level, and I think it could be a 1-1 draw here. It could be anything. But
I agree.
If I had to pick, I'll probably lean a little bit more Newcastle, but I think it's going to be a draw.
Reborn has picked Villa away. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I've tipped a draw, but it's real. If Villa go there to St. James Park and win round 1, look out. Because they are, man. They're building a team that's a real good team, man. We said it last time. They got Ollie Watkins. They got Leon Bailey. That Jacob Ramsey is a real good player. They brought Pau Torres in at the back. Like Tielemans, they signed Tielemans. Like, they're looking good, man. So if they can go to Newcastle and win round 1, that's huge. But I've tipped a draw as well, I think, in my tips. So.
And quickly, guys, we've got 12 people in the chat. Smash that like button for us. We've only got the 3 likes. Let's get that up and going. Let's go.
3 likes? What's going on there?
Smash that like button, peeps. Let's go.
How 3 likes? That's terrible, guys. But we'll put it out there. But while there's a few people here, Temp's here, Obama's here, Ivan's there, Jimmy's there, lads, I've pinned the comment. In the description, there's a link to the EPL Tipping Comp. Join the Tipping Comp. First prize is a HFD hoodie, which is similar to this. You can either have a big thing or have it there, but it'll be a hoodie. And we'll send that out to the winner. So join that. All right. The next fixture is Brentford Spurs. That's a London derby. Ivan says, KP, honestly, you're just De Gea. Yeah, I love De Gea. Man United legend, man.
You're just De Gea, bro. There you go.
Hey, listen, De Gea has copped it, but I'll tell you, when that guy retires, he'll be remembered. It might not have been as good at the end. He wasn't that modern goalkeeper and that, but to be able to say your top 3 goalkeeper in Manchester United's history is a big thing.
100%.
So give him his credit. Can't click the link in the description, lads. Why not, Reeves? Are you in the Discord, Reeb? I'll put it in the Discord after. I'll put it in the Discord. Maybe it's because he's from UK. I don't know, but you should be able to. I'll put it in the Discord later. But yeah, anyway, that's Brentford Tottenham is big game, man.
Sorry, man. I've just cut out. I'm back.
Actually, I was saying Brentford Tottenham is a big game, man.
Yeah, man. Look, I want Ange to start decently. I'm going to go a draw because I don't want him to get too much momentum to play us the next games. I'm going to go Brentford and Tottenham draw. I'm sitting on the fence. I'm going draw.
You know what? I'm going to go Spurs,
Yeah.
I'm going to go Spurs. Ivan says it's at 3 or 7 likes at the moment. I was the 6th. I'm not sure, man. It hasn't updated for me, but yeah, I don't know. Just keep liking it. That's what we want. Yeah, listen, I think Spurs are going to win. And then they got United, second game at home. So, listen, I'm going to tip them to win. I'm going to tip them to win.
Go Ange, boss.
This is probably the biggest game. I've said it, but this is the biggest game of the round. Chelsea, Liverpool, Stamford Bridge, Sunday night, Monday morning here. So, we've all had different tips for Chelsea. Like, did Chelsea beat Liverpool round 1? Did they win at Stamford Bridge?
Honestly, I just don't know what to expect from both of these teams at the start of the season. I think they might build a bit of momentum during the season, but at the start, I think there's going to be a few speed humps for both of them because of their transitional teams. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I haven't even watched their form in the preseason, none of these teams. So, look, I'm going to pick Chelsea. If Mbappe goes there, it's done. Chelsea winning that game. So, let's go Chelsea.
Ivan says, tip. I'm not saying it. He says, he's pretty much saying, tip Liverpool, KP, please. Listen, I'm tipping Chelsea. I've been strong on it. I think Chelsea are going to make top 4. And he's copped a lot of slack too. Pochettino, I think, is a real good manager. This will put where they're at. If they get done at home at Stamford Bridge, then it's going to be a work in progress. But I mean, Conte lost the first 2 games and then won the league when he had him. So but it might not be that easy this time around with the likes of City and that. But I think Chelsea are going to win, man. You'd probably go a draw, but because it's Chelsea's home game, I'm going to go Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree, man. But I do believe it's going to be a ripping game, this one. I think it's going to be up and down. I think there could be a lot of goals in this game. So,
well, Reborn is a Liverpool man, as we know, and he says, I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. He goes, going forward, we are excellent, but still shaky at the back. And I agree 100% with him. It's a new midfield. You don't know who's going to be sitting for them. Like I said, Van Dijk hasn't been good for a year and a half. And even Reborn has said that on here, like Liverpool fan has said it. And he's the new captain. I don't know. Alia says, I really hope Liverpool get relegated. Would be so happy. That's the best.
Jeez, Reborn won't be happy, but
Reborn says, can we ban Alia? That's wild. That's wild. Alia's cracking up laughing. You gotta love the banter.
Reeves, I think it's going to be a great game, man, and they're going to be up and down. It's hard to pick a winner there, but look, I'm leaning Chelsea, so who knows? Who knows?
What's Alia tipping? Alia, let us know who you tipping. You tipping Chelsea or Liverpool? I don't know who he says.
I mean, look, if Liverpool was played at Anfield, I'll probably pick Liverpool here, but because it's at the Bridge, I'm sort of picking Chelsea. You know what I mean? That's the only reason.
Reborn says, "Give me moderator role. I'll do it. I'll ban him." Hey, we're gonna be getting new. We're gonna have to get more moderators in the bigger we get. So, and Reborn is definitely number 1 candidate. He says jokes. Alia says 2-2.
2-2. There you go.
There you go. So,
I think it's going to be goals. I agree. There's going to be goals in this game.
Yeah, I agree. You guys are wild, Ivan says. Thanks, Ivan. Like we said, please like, share with your friends. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And it takes us on to the fixture that me and Johnny care about most, and Alia as well.
Let's go.
Manchester United Wolves, which will be Tuesday morning here, be 4:30 in the morning, which is, you can get up and watch it, go to work here in Australia. But United Wolves.
What do you always say? Just tell me, because that's what I'm going to say.
That's what I believe it, man. And I always say, I always do. I say it to my brother, I say, John, 4-0.
It's 4-0.
4-0.
We're winning. Right.
You know what? I actually reckon we've struggled against them recently, but without Neves, we've got, different midfield this year. I think Rashford might have a field day. I think he'll play through the centre. I don't think Højlund will start it because apparently there's something with him. He's maybe not ready yet. He might be on the bench, but yeah, I don't know how United are going to line up exactly. I hope Garnacho starts with Rashford. And listen, if it was me, I'd start Sancho. I don't really like Anthony. From someone that plays the game, and like I always say, obviously I don't play at their level and that, but fuck, man, he's so one-dimensional. I could defend him.
It kills me that he never touches the ball with his other foot.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, the thing is what's so bad about it is, with, let's say, Arjen Robben, Lionel Messi, everyone knows they're going to go on their left, right? But you can't stop it because they do it at pace. He, comes to a complete stop and then turns on his left foot. That's what's bad about it. If he's going to do it at pace, it's still hard to stop because he's quick. But you know what I mean? He comes to a stop and then cuts on his left. It's like, oh, man, just get a new trick, bro. Like, seriously.
Do the spin move more.
Yeah, do the spin move. Do something. But, yeah, listen, I hope he comes good. Because if he has a bad year, it's going to be starting in talking of, the F word, which the other F word, not the bad F word, but, the flop word will start coming out. And I don't want that for him. Because I think Erik ten Hag, pretty much every permanent signing he's made has been really good. He had Weghorst on loan, which was...
You got Palestri and Diallo is just sort of...
Well, apparently, is Ahmad injured at the moment?
I think he's injured. I think maybe Palestri's going to go on loan, but
Palestri
I really like
Palestri.
I really
Palestri's good, man. Mainu, I think that's another big thing we've got. Coming September, Mainu's going to come back from injury. And the thing about Ten Hag is when Ten Hag invests in a youngster, he showed it with Garnacho, he invests in you. And I really think this year, Mainu is the new Garnacho. I know he's not that position, but he's the one that is going to get games. And that's real good for us. So are you guys watching the Women's World Cup? Australia doing great. And Sam Kerr hasn't been involved, Reborn says. Yeah, well, I think that's a big bonus for them, man. If she comes on now, what is it, quarters they're in now, and she's been rested, that I tipped Australia to win it from the start anyway, because it's here.
Yeah, I think the Americans were the favourites, but the Matildas are doing really well, so good on them. So, yeah. They're the best in the world at soccer in the Women's League. So.
Apparently. Yeah. Ivan says Australia with the love heart eyes. Yeah, no, that's good. They're doing good. But yeah, so listen, you're looking forward to round one?
Dude, I'm pumped, man. At the start of every Premier League season, you get that level of optimism that your team is going to do killer. And then obviously by November, December, your worlds are shattered sometimes. So
I don't think I've been this.
I've got hope in Ten Hag. I believe he's a great coach, the best coach at the moment for us, and 100% behind him. And I reckon, I'm really excited to see Højlund. I'm excited, to see Onana. Look, I really hope Mount does well. You know what I mean? I'm going to get behind him. I didn't think we sort of needed him, but look, Ten Hag wanted him, so let's get behind him. So look, I'm excited for the season. We've got some young talent coming through as well, so it's looking pretty good at Man United. Much better than a couple years ago. So
listen, last year was the most excited I've been for a year since Sir Alex Ferguson, because we had Ten Hag. This year's overtaken that. I'm more excited this year than last year because, Ten Hag is a good manager. He's copping it. Big show tomorrow night, Chris says. It is a very big show tomorrow, guys. We'll schedule that show. Please join us. That's the HFD podcast tomorrow. Zakal says, hi, KP, Johnny G, and everyone on the live chat. Who does Zakal go for in the Premier League? Zakal, who do you go for in the Premier League? I want to know. We know everyone is nice guy in the HFD community. Who does he go for in the Premier League? We're going to see who he says first.
Yeah.
But yeah, Reborn says, can't wait for footy to be back. So he's pumped that it's back, even though he's not too sure about Liverpool this year. But the big man is pumped for Tottenham because of Ange. Jimmy T is a Tottenham fan for about 3 months.
Wherever Ange goes, that's where Jimmy goes. So
yeah, that's right. Last year was swimming pool because of Nunes, Ivan says. Well, listen, like I said, I think it's going to be confirmed in the next couple of days that top 5 is Champions League because they're going, remember that when we were playing Football Manager, they're going to that other format where it's like a league as of next year.
Yeah, right.
So there's going to be more in next year, yeah. So there's more teams going to be in it. So England is the biggest league in the world, so they're going to get an extra spot. So that's happening.
Top 5 now. We'll probably need the amount of teams we're getting. So,
dude, listen, if Man United can go out and do something again, I think Man United can win a cup or something again this year and finish second. Obviously, I tipped them to finish second, but mate, Man United win the league. I won't shave my head, but I'll something. I don't know.
Cut that Samson hair for Man United to win the league, man.
No way, because I'll lose my powers. I'll lose my powers. No one knows. It's my, I am Samson. But yeah, it was a killer show. I love doing the predictions. That's why, as of next week as well, it's going to be really good because we get to talk about games that we've watched and things like that. The transfer window is still open as well till the end of the month, which is really good. Hopefully next week we're talking about Man United winning and Harry Maguire is a West Ham player, and I'll be pumped.
Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, thank everyone that was in here. I mean, heaps of people came in tonight. Ivan was in for a lot of the show. Temp was here. Obama, Big Man, Jimmy T, everyone that was here. Rob even came in from the World Cup game. If you're still here, you're new. Please like, share, subscribe. Final thoughts. Yeah, Alia, what a legend. He says, great pod, boys. Cheers, Alia. Final thoughts, man?
Final thoughts is, look.
Wait, no, not final thoughts. You know what we'll get from you? Since we didn't do the 10K and I gave tip of the week, what's the Johnny G tip of the week?
Liverpool, Chelsea, both teams to score into Man United to win.
Liverpool, Chelsea, both teams. I'm going to do Chelsea into United into Sheffield United.
Wow, we'll be paying all right. That could be close to 7-8.
So there you go. Great, KP and Johnny G. See you all. See you, Ivan. Thanks for coming. Matilda's into the quarterfinals. Jimmy says, great pod. Yeah. Thanks, guys. It was a great show. See you all tomorrow. And I believe after that, Thursday will be nothing. Then there should be a watch along Friday night.
Easy, man. Chilled.
There you go. Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Peace.